Good day everyone, I am teacher Joanne, and for today's lesson, we will be discussing plan and prepare for tasks to be undertaken and input data into computer. This lesson will help us understand not only the importance of identifying hazard and risk at workplace, but also the importance of the different computer components and its function. Are you ready? How do you assess the hazard and risk that you might encounter in your workplace? Occupational health and safety, or OHS, is very important in computer system servicing. This will help us to manage and plan properly the system that focuses mainly on hazard prevention and risk monitoring at work to avoid accidents and remove hazard and be able to operate comfortably and safely. To broaden our knowledge, let us now proceed to our today's topic. Plan and prepare for tasks to be undertaken and input data into computer. What is OHS? OHS is a management and plan system focused on hazard prevention and risk monitoring at work. It is important to provide efficient management of computers and technology to identify hazards and mitigate risk in the workplace. The Think Safe measures are the key in recognizing basic guidelines for safe work in your workplace. What are the different types of Think Safe? Number 1, spot the hazard. Every workplace has potential hazards that need to be identified, such as slippery floor, damaged ladder, electricity, and fire. Hazards are harmful because they can cause physical and health effect on a person. 2, assess the risk. Risk management are a strategic mechanism intended to safeguard staff. Every work area or organization must have research, whether that area is a computer laboratory or a field environment. 3, make the changes. After assessment, these hazards must be categorized into physical hazard, factors that can harm health, mechanical hazard or use of tools, equipment, or machinery, either powered or manually, and chemical hazard, hazards caused by chemical exposure, and make changes based on the safety and health requirements of employees. Now that you already knew the different OHS measures, you can now easily identify and prevent hazard and risk at computer workplace. As a student, can you be able to identify the different hazards around you? If you say yes, that's great. And now, let us have our second topic, the computer components and its functions. Understanding the component of computer. To understand how a computer works, we must know the different components that complete a computer system. Hardware, software, and peopleware play an important role that makes the system works. Without its system, and processing will not work. Here are the parts of the hardware and software of a computer system. Hardware. It refers to the physical components that make up a device or electronic machine, and everything else that is physically visible. Here are the common hardware tools used in the computer system. System unit, known as chassis, a box-like case that contains the computer's electronic components such as motherboard, power supply, connector, various drives, and fan. Motherboard. The motherboard, or MOBO, main board, consists of numerous components. It is also the computer's main backbone of communication, in which all components and external peripherals connect to run the system. CPU, known as the Central Processing Unit, which is referred to as the computer's brain. It manages all instructions and programs running on the computer from hardware to software. Power supply unit. It is an integral part of the computer that regulates the voltage to an adequate amount and converts the current from AC to DC required by the computer, and it will allow the computer to run smoothly without overheating. Hard disk drives. A non-volatile device for computer storage consists of high-speed rotating magnetic disks, referred to as secondary devices that permanently store data even if the computer is turned off. Other types of hardware are CD or DVD-ROM, expansion bus, and primary storage. Input devices are devices that provide interaction and control data to the computer. It requires the input of raw data for processing into the computer. Keyboard. These are hardware devices that provide interaction and control data to the computer. It requires the input of raw data for processing into the computer. Mouse. This controls a cursor in a GUI or the graphical user interface. By clicking into the mouse, it can input data by moving and selecting text, icons, and files and folders on your computer. Touch screen. A display input device that requires a pen or human touch to input data directly through the screen. Digitizer tablet. A large, smooth board with a tracking device that is used to input drawings into the computer with the help of software application. Other input devices include barcode scanner, light pen, and scanner. Output devices. These are hardware computer equipment that generates data from the device and converts it to human-readable data such as text, audio, visual format, and hard copies. Monitor. It refers to as a visual display unit or VDU. It creates display and shows real-time video, picture, and content from tiny dots called pixels. This works when attached to the computer video card. There are different types of monitors, namely liquid crystal display or the LCD monitor, cathode ray tube or the CRT monitor, LED monitor, and plasma monitor. Printer. This is another household or workplace output device. Pictures, text, and information can be sent directly from your computer and forwards the data to the printer, which will then physically print the images and text on the page. There are different types of printer we use today, namely inkjet printer, laser printer, and dot matrix printer. Speaker are the most common and portable sound-generating output system used with computer. They receive signals from the sound card of the computer and generate audio in the form of analog sound waves that are audible to the human hearing. Projector. It is an optical device that receives a video signal and projecting the image on a surface. Computer, VCRs, DVD player, CD player, and storage devices can be connected to this device. The projection screen is in most cases wide, white, and slightly colored. Software components. Computer software is very essential to run the computer system. Software is composed of two types: system software and application software. System software. It supports the execution of application programs and enables it to communicate and operate with the computer hardware. Examples are Android, iOS, Linux, Mac OS, and Windows. Application software includes the following: word processing software. It allows you to create documents, reports, letters, and resumes. Example is the Microsoft Word. Spreadsheet software. It is made of columns and rows that sort, arrange, and calculate numerical data. Example is Microsoft Excel. Graphics software. This program allows you to edit, create, and manipulate images. Examples are Adobe Photoshop, Illustrator, CorelDRAW, and AutoCAD. Communication software. It allows the exchange of communication between two computing devices through video or voice calls. Example, Skype, Messenger, Zoom, and Google Meet. Email software. This software allows exchanging information like text, files, or other attachments over telecommunication. Example is the Microsoft Outlook. Internet browser. A software program used to search for information and explore the content of the World Wide Web. Examples are Firefox, Google Chrome, and Internet Explorer. Presentation software. These creates slideshows or making a video presentation. Examples are PowerPoint and Adobe After Effects. Other types of application software include antivirus, game software, movie player, audio or music program, database management software, and programming language software. How did you find our lesson? Are you keyed up to use these computer components? You can be familiar with these hardware and software components of computer in the provided activities in your module. That's all for today. See you next time!